Today we're meeting with Diana Marra. She's a safety environmental engineer, a Harrison County native, and she's seeking her second term on Bridgeport City Council. Diana, Bridgeport has seen significant success and growth. Do you believe that growth is being managed well? And what would you do differently?
I definitely feel that the growth has been managed well. Bridgeport is a city that does a lot of planning. Since the late 1990s, the city has engaged an outside engineering firm to look at different facets of the city, how we're doing, where we should go, areas for growth, those types of parameters. And the city is unique, I think, that they don't just put that plan on a shelf. They take it off the shelf and they use it and try to accomplish the goals set forth to get us to the end point. Because of that, a lot of the growth in Bridgeport has been planned for. We've extended utilities. We have approached property owners and developers about annexation so that we can work with them so that these areas their roads and infrastructure are built to the city's standards. They're easy for us to accept afterwards. And we want to help those developers be successful in coming into the city. I think that also when you have growth, as we have had, you worry about diluting the existing utilities and services to the established citizens of Bridgeport. And we have added staff over the last few years, and it's been in an effort to be proactive, not reactive, so that we can maintain that high level of services to our citizens. And I think the city has been successful in doing that.
Diana, what are your views on government transparency? Is the city of Bridgeport open to its residents?
I strongly believe that the citizens of Bridgeport have an open and transparent government. I ran on that platform 4 years ago, and I felt that we really at that time needed to increase the communication to our citizens. And I think that we've taken several steps toward that. When I was first elected, I was involved with the city in developing an electronic newsletter called Be Connected. We gathered as many email addresses as we could and tried to provide as much information as we could to the citizens, but it still wasn't a real time. It was a once a month type of thing, or maybe if there was something big on a more frequent basis. Since then, the city council, the city staff, and the Bridgeport CVB have come together to develop a website, which I think is kind of groundbreaking. And it is now, Connect Bridgeport gives our city another way, another tool to communicate directly with our citizens in a much more real-time basis, as well as increase the coverage. Now it's not the city formulating stories or press releases. The Connect staff, along with other members of the media, certainly attend our functions, but it gives us just another avenue to communicate with our citizens and let them know what their government's doing, what the projects are. They go out and take pictures of things that are going on in our community, and I've had nothing but great feedback about that.
Diana, are you pleased with the city's current direction? How would you improve it?
I'm definitely pleased in the city's current direction. I think that the city provides outstanding services to our citizens that affect them every day. When they turn the water on, when they flush the toilet, when they turn to the city for anything, whether it's police, fire, public works, recreation, I think that we're doing an excellent job of that. I think that we do look for economic development. I think we look to support economic development, but I think what part of the thinking is as well is revitalization, redevelopment, which is a concept that some cities lose, I think, when they're fortunate enough to have new development. And I'm very proud of the fact that we have 2 or 3 different programs in place specifically targeted to our Main Street corridor that would start at the top of Route 50 and Emily Drive and go all the way through Bridgeport to Route 131 and 50. Whether it be facade improvement, loans now, economic development, redevelopment grants, So I think that we're definitely serving different segments of our population. I would also think that as far as improving, we have that 5-year plan that's been updated year after year, and that gives us some guidelines, one of which talks about transportation goals, improving transportation, and other annexation opportunities. And I think a great project would be for us to expand Barnett Run Road. I think that it addresses a safety issue and a concern that I've had and others have had, in that if you were to have a catastrophic event on I-79, we need an alternate route to UHC. So this would provide an alternate route. It addresses a safety issue. It addresses one of our transportation goals, and it would open a very attractive economic development area for the city of Bridgeport. It would run from exit 121 to 124, almost parallel to the interstate. So businesses are going to have great visibility to folks as they drive there. So I think that that's a project. I don't know that it's improving, but it's definitely expanding the direction that we're already going in.
Diana, do you support the fire fee as currently implemented? What changes would you make?
No one likes fees. No one likes paying the fire fee or any other fee, but it's justifiable. It was the inside fire fee, inside the city of Bridgeport city limits fee that was enacted, was implemented before my time on council. When I got on council, I reviewed it, looked at other cities, other counties, in-state and out-of-state, and I think that the rates are very comparable. The out of city limit fire fee, which some people think is very controversial, in my mind, it's very clean cut. Fire protection is a service, and there is a fee for that service. It would not be fair to the citizens of Bridgeport, residential or business, for us to take their tax dollars and provide service to others for free when they're paying for it in more than one way. Their fire fee certainly contributes toward the budgetary dollars used for the fire department. But the fire department has in next year's budget about $2.6 million of an operating budget. The fire fee inside the city limits generates just under $600,000. So you're looking at a $2 million budget that's left for the citizens and the business citizens of Bridgeport to bear. And there's no way that I can justify giving that service away.
Diana, on June 11th, when residents go to vote in Bridgeport, what makes you the right candidate?
Well, I grew up in Bridgeport and attended Bridgeport schools. And then as an adult, made a conscious decision to make Bridgeport my home, stay, raise a family, and become part of the community as an adult. I think that those are three different perspectives to see Bridgeport, and I've come to have a passion for the city of Bridgeport and for its citizens, many of which are my neighbors and friends. The city of Bridgeport is a unique place in my mind because of such a community that's tight-knit and has such a sense of community pride. Whether it's our youth sports groups or our school teams, athletic or academic, it could be a civic group, women's club, Lions Club, church group, or a worthy cause. The citizens of Bridgeport come together and support each other proudly. And I believe that I'm part of that community. I think that I strive to represent Bridgeport's values. And for that reason, along with the fact that I have 4 years of experience now, I've been very committed. I've spent most Monday mornings at City Hall being updated on the progress of whether it's budgets, financial information, projects that are being completed, economic development opportunities. I've put the time in. I take the job seriously. With that level of commitment, sincerity, experience, I would hope that the citizens see fit to reelect me on June 11th.